Be me. Another day in corporate purgatory. Open office layout. People surviving on caffeine. Morning is normal until the elevator dings. Office goes quiet in a very specific way. New hire steps out. Wearing black, obviously. Tailored coat, dark lipstick, boots clicking, hair so black. She doesn't look lost. HR coordinator Tina is behind her, already sweating through her soul. Tina goes full corporate cheerleader. Everyone, this is Violet. She's joining us in strategy. Polite office greeting noises happen. Violet gives a tiny nod. She says, "Hi." Watch her eyes sweep the room. Not searching for friends, not searching for approval. Jacob from the next desk leans in like we're filming National Geographic, whispering. "That's her." Me. "That's who?" Jacob drops his voice even lower. "The new one. The goth one." Me. "There's already a rumor about her." Jacob nods. "There's always a rumor." Tina points toward the open desks. "Violet, your station is right over here." Violet walks. Slow, deliberate steps. She passes the printer. Printer makes a rough dying sound, then jams. Completely. Tina freezes. Accounting collectively stops breathing. Jacob whispers, "See?" Me. "What?" Jacob nods toward Violet. "She did that." Me. "She walked past it." Jacob's eyes widen. "Exactly." Violet sits at her desk without a word, takes her bag off, sets it down neatly, pulls out a black notebook. Tina claps once. "Okay, back to work, everyone." Office pretends to go back to normal. It doesn't. Everyone watching Violet through their monitors, like she's a rare animal at the zoo. Someone whispers in the back, "Do you think she listens to sad music?" Another whisper answers, "She probably listens to silence." Jacob keeps narrating my life. "I heard she requested her onboarding documents printed in grayscale." Me. "You're making that up." Jacob shrugs. "Am I?" Violet opens the HR folder on her desk, doesn't glance around, doesn't smile, doesn't do the office-friendly blending ritual. She doesn't blend. Manager Dean walks out. "Violet, welcome. Can I steal you for a minute?" Violet stands smooth, follows him into his office. Door closes. Office inhales again. Jacob exhales. Jacob, "All right, place your bets. Does Dean survive that conversation?" Me, "He's her manager." Jacob, "Exactly." Woman 2 desks over leans in. "Is she mean?" Jacob answers instantly. "She's not mean. She's atmospheric." Woman, "What does that even mean?" Jacob, "You feel her presence. The lights dim slightly." Me, trying not to smile. Jacob grins. "That's my job. Your job is to be the brave one." Me, "I'm not brave. I'm just not talking nonsense." Jacob points at Violet's desk. "She'll show you yet." Look at Violet's empty chair. Tell myself I don't care. 15 minutes later, Dean's door opens. Dean walks out looking fine. Violet follows him out. Expression unchanged. Dean claps once. "Okay, Violet will be partnering with..." Checks clipboard. Anon on the Westlake proposal. Brain processes one word at a time. Partnering with me. Jacob snaps toward me so fast. His smile spreads slow. He mouths, "Oh!" Dean points to my desk. "Anon, can you get her up to speed on our process?" Me, "Sure." Violet turns toward me. I stand up. Now we're close enough for details. Nails black and clean. Everything intentional. Eyes alert. She stops by my desk and waits. I just nod toward the chair. "You can sit." She sits. Jacob across the aisle, typing, while absolutely listening. I open the shared drive and angle my monitor. Westlake proposal, 3 parts, strategy, budget, timeline. Dean wants a draft by Friday. Violet scans fast. Fast reader. After a minute, she speaks. "Your timeline is optimistic." Me, "It's tight." Violet, "It's unrealistic." I hold her gaze. "We can make it realistic." She narrows her eyes like she expected me to argue. Instead, I just solve. Violet, "I'll rewrite the timeline." Me, "Okay." Her gaze flicks to me. "You're agreeable." Me, "I adapt quickly." She stares half a second longer, then looks away. Printer behind us screeches again. Someone groans. Jacob stage whispers, "She's doing it again." Violet doesn't react. I walk to the printer, pull out a sheet folded into a sad accordion. Clear the jam. Close it. Printer hums. Turn around. Violet is watching me. "You fix things." Me. "Sometimes." She holds my gaze for a second, then looks back at the screen. Quietly. "Good." Sit back down. Jacob pops up at my elbow. "She said good. That's basically a love letter." Me. "Go away." Jacob. "She's going to eat you alive." I look at Violet. She's already writing notes in that black notebook. Focused, composed, just working. Me to Jacob. "She's just doing her job." Jacob smirks. "That's what you think? Meanwhile, she's plotting your downfall." Me. "You're ridiculous." Jacob leans in, eyes bright. "You're assigned to her? That makes you the chosen one." Me. "Stop talking." Jacob. "Can't." I ignore him and face Violet. "All right, let's split tasks. You want strategy or timeline?" Violet doesn't hesitate. "Strategy." Me. "Done." Her pen pauses. "You didn't fight me on that." Me. "Do you want me to?" She stares, then goes back to writing. "No, I want you to be predictable." I almost smile. "Bad news." Violet looks up. "What?" Me. "I'm not predictable." Her mouth tightens slightly. "We'll see." And just like that, the project starts. Fast forward to Tuesday. Office has turned Violet into a legend. Not because she talks, because she doesn't. Silence makes people creative in the worst way. Accounting says she does witchcraft. Sales says she's secretly rich. Jacob says she's a human thunderstorm. I say she's just tired. Tired people don't do small talk. They do survival. 10:17 a.m., Teams message hits my screen. "Violet, need you, conference room B. Now, no hello." I stand, grab laptop, start walking. Jacob's head pops up. "Is she summoning you?" Me. "I'm working." Jacob grins to the room. "He's working, everybody. The chosen one is working." I keep walking because I like having a paycheck. Room door is half closed. I push it open. Violet is at the whiteboard, sleeves slightly pushed up, black nails tapping a marker against her palm. She looks at me like she already decided I'm late. "You took 2 minutes." Me. "I took 30 seconds. She stares for a beat, then turns back to the board. Whiteboard has 3 bullets. Westlake, revised positioning, budget constraints, conflict, timeline, Dean's fantasy. I set my laptop down. "Okay." Violet's eyes narrow. "That's your response." Me. "Yes, keep going." She blinks once. Violet goes in. Our positioning is weak. Dean wants bold, but hates risk. Client wants fresh, but loves tradition. It's contradictory. I nod. We thread the needle. Violet scoffs. We lie politely. Me. "That's marketing." She points at budget. I glance at her numbers. "Who approved this?" Violet flat. "Dean." Me, deep sigh of a man who knows his manager. "Of course." She watches me. "You're not surprised." Me. "Dean lives in optimism. We live in math." She holds eye contact for a second, then quietly, "Good." Second good from Violet. I open laptop. We cut the nice to haves. Violet nods. "I already made a list." She slides a paper to me. I stare. "You did this in 1 night." Violet shrugs. "I didn't sleep." Me, automatically. "You should." Violet's eyes narrow hard. "Don't." Me. "Don't what?" Violet. "Don't pretend you care." I don't react. I just tell the truth plain. I care because you're on my project, and I'm not letting you burn out 2 weeks into the job. She stares, then looks away. "Whatever." Me. "Whatever." An hour later, Dean pops his head. "Hey team, how are we feeling?" Violet goes blank face mode. I stay politely alive. "We're adjusting the budget and tightening the pitch." Dean nods too enthusiastically. "Perfect. I knew pairing you two was the right move." Violet's pen stops. Dean turns to her. "How are you settling in?" Violet. "Fine." Dean beams. "Great. Keep it up." And he leaves. Door shuts. Violet says quietly, "He's terrified of me." Me. He's terrified of responsibility. Violet. Same thing. Calendar buzzes on my phone. Lunch at 12:30. Jacob's birthday. I close my eyes. Violet notices. What? Me. Office lunch. Violet's face tightens instantly. No. Me. It's mandatory. Violet deadpan. I don't do forced joy. Me. You don't have to. Show up, eat, leave. She stares at the whiteboard. I'll stand in the corner. Me. As you wish. Violet. Good. Lunch comes. Break room looks like a children's party disguised as adulthood. Cheap cake, paper plates, playlist that sounds like a dentist waiting room. Jacob is center stage with a plastic knife like a sword. Gather, peasants. It's time to celebrate my existence. People laugh. Violet hovers by the doorway, arms crossed, expression unreadable. Jacob spots her instantly. His grin widens. Oh, it's her. Violet narrows her eyes. Jacob waves dramatically. Welcome, Violet. We have cake. Violet doesn't move. Jacob turns to me. Anon, introduce me. Properly, I want to be blessed. Me, tired. Violet, this is Jacob. Jacob shakes his hand out. I am harmless. Violet stares at his hand, then slowly shakes it. Firm grip. Jacob's eyes widen. Jacob, softer. Okay, noted. He pulls his hand back. Violet. Are you done? Jacob nods fast. Yes. Then he leans toward me, whispering like an idiot. She's terrifying and she's strong. I love it. Violet's eyes flick to him. Jacob instantly raises both hands. I'm leaving. Backs away toward the cake. Violet looks at the food table. Cupcakes, cake. Violet takes nothing. Just stands there, corner mode activated. I grab a plate, cut a small slice of cake, hold it out. Violet looks at it. What is that? Me. Cake. Violet. Why? Me. Because you didn't eat lunch. Violet stares. How do you know? Me. I saw you drinking coffee and glaring at your screen. That's not lunch. Her jaw tightens. Then she takes the plate. Fine. She takes a bite. Expression doesn't change, but her shoulders drop slightly. Across the room, Jacob is watching with the intensity of a sports commentator. He mouths, he fed her. I pretend I don't know him. Violet scans the room like she wants to vanish. Then her gaze lands on a shy intern by the sink. Intern holding too many plates. One slips. Intern flinches. Someone laughs. Careful, someone says, not kindly. Intern's face goes red. Violet's eyes narrow, and she moves before she can overthink it. Steps in, takes half the plates, stacks them neatly on the counter. No speech, no announcement, just help. Intern whispers, thank you. Violet nods once, turns away like it never happened. But I saw it. Violet walks back toward her corner, pauses by the trash, nudges a dropped napkin into the bin with her boot. She notices everything, fixes little things, never asks for credit. I watch a second too long. Violet looks up, catches me. What? Me. Nothing. Violet. You're observing. Me. Yeah. Her voice turns defensive. Don't. Me. Why? Violet looks away. Because it's annoying. I lean in slightly, low voice so the break room can't feed on it. You're not cold, you're careful. Violet freezes, just a second, then scoffs. You don't know me? I don't push. I'm learning. She holds my gaze a beat, then turns away, biting cake. Jacob chooses that exact moment to spawn next to us with 2 plastic forks. Hello, I'm here to ruin the mood. Violet. Congratulations. Jacob. Thank you. Jacob points a fork at Violet. I have a question. Violet. No. Jacob nods. Fair. Second question. Violet. Also no. Jacob leans toward me, whispering loudly enough for the universe. Did she just rescue the intern? Me. She helped. Jacob's eyes widen. She has a heart. Violet, without looking at him. I have hands. Jacob clutches his chest dramatically. I'm moved. Violet slides her gaze to him. Do you want to keep breathing? Jacob freezes, then smiles brighter as a backslash. She's joking. Me, immediately. She's not. Jacob. Noted. And he backs away again, like he learned a lesson. Violet finishes her cake, hands me the empty plate. Done. Me, leaving. She nods once and walks out. I follow into the hallway. The second we're out, her shoulders lift a little. She glances at me. You didn't tell anyone. Me. Tell anyone what? Violet, quieter. That I helped. Me. It wasn't a performance. Violet stares. Exactly. Me. Relax. Your secret is safe. Good. It's Wednesday. Somehow, Violet and I have a rhythm now. She drops problems on my desk without a greeting. I solve them without asking why she didn't greet. It works. Office reacts like the sky is falling. Mid-morning, Jacob rolls up like a man who has never met consequences. You two are quiet, he says. Don't look up. We're working. Jacob nods like he's witnessing something illegal. Exactly. That's what scares me. Work without drama. Unnatural. Scroll Westlake deck. Go away. He stays. I can't. I'm your support coworker. You're sabotage. He clutches his chest. I'm hurt. From across the aisle. Violet. Stop talking. Jacob turns slowly like he just got addressed by God. Ma'am, reverent whisper. Yes, ma'am. She doesn't even look up. Jacob backs away like he's been dismissed by royalty. I glance at Violet. You don't have to bully him. She finally looks up. He enjoys it. Pause. That's fair? Her mouth does that thing that isn't a smile. Your budget slides are wrong. Lean back. They're not wrong. They're optimistic. They're fantasy. Dean will approve them. Westlake will laugh. Then we'll suffer. Nod. So we fix them. She stares like she expected a fight, confused that I'm not arguing. She slides a printed sheet onto my desk. Revised budget. What did you cut? She points without emotion. Everything fun. Scan line items. You cut the client dinner. Blank expression. They can eat alone. Stare. That's not how business works. Eyes narrow slightly. Business is fake. Almost smile. You're not wrong. She locks eyes with me. Don't encourage me. Tap the sheet. Okay, we keep dinner, but reduce the venue. Immediate. No. Raise eyebrow. Why? Because they'll pick based on vibes. They're rich. Their stomachs are bored. They want to be impressed. Pause. Hate that she's right. How do you know that? She stares. I pay attention. Nod once. Fine, we keep the dinner. Her eyes narrow again. You're agreeing too easily again. Shrug. You're right. She blinks. She doesn't know what to do when she wins. This is going to be interesting. Lunch hits. Dean calls a quick meeting. Quick meetings are never quick. Conference room, A, Dean at the front smiling. Great progress, everyone. Westlake is excited. We just need to tighten messaging and make it more. He searches for the word like it ran away. Energetic. Violet, no reaction. Me, no reaction. Jacob raises his hand. Define energetic. Dean laughs nervously. You know, more bold. Jacob nods solemnly. So, louder fonts. Dean pretends he didn't hear that and keeps going. Violet and Anon will present the revised strategy to me tomorrow. Violet's pen stops. She looks up slowly. Tomorrow. Dean smiles. Yes, you're fast. Violet narrows her eyes. That's not fast. Dean's smile flickers. It's reasonable. Violet, calm with steel under it. It's not? Dean looks at me. I sit up a little. We can do it tomorrow, but we'll need 2 hours today without interruptions. Dean lights up. Perfect. Everyone, you heard him. Don't interrupt them. Jacob stage whispers. The chosen one has negotiated. Violet's gaze slices Jacob in half. Jacob immediately becomes deeply interested in the carpet. 2 uninterrupted hours in this office is a myth, but Dean declared it, so people will at least cosplay as respectful. Violet and I take conference room B again. She writes on the whiteboard. I edit the deck. Marker squeaks, keyboard clicks. Then Violet, without looking at me. Why are you like this? Pause. Like what? Steady and you adapt quickly. Lean back. It's my personality. Marker stops. No, people aren't steady. People are noisy. Glance at her. You're noisy. She turns her head slowly like a horror movie. Eyes narrow. Excuse me. Keep voice even. You're noisy in your own way. You just hide it in sarcasm. She stares for a long time, turns back and writes harder than necessary. Wrong. Smirk a little. Sure, she snaps. Stop. Hands up. Okay. She doesn't say what to stop, but I know. Stop seeing her, or at least stop saying it out loud. Afternoon drags. We finish a draft. 6:40 p.m. Most of the office is gone. Violet's still at her desk staring at her screen. Pack laptop slowly. From her desk without looking up. You leaving? Pause. That wasn't a demand, that was a check. Yeah, you? Her fingers hover. In a minute. Stand there a second. Decide to be stupidly honest. You ate today. Her eyes flick up. What? You ate cake yesterday. It counts. She stares. That's not food, that's sugar. You need sugar too. Mouth tightens. Stop monitoring me. Nod. Okay. Then quieter. I'm not monitoring you. I'm noticing. She freezes. Looks at me for a second longer than normal. Looks away. Go home, she mutters. Nod. You too. She doesn't answer. Walk toward the elevator. Halfway there, Jacob's head pops out from behind a cubicle. You're leaving her, he whispers. She's an adult. Jacob nods. Yes. Go home, Jacob. He gasps. Order me around again. It's hot when you're authoritative. Blink. Leave. He laughs and steps aside. Elevator opens. Step in. Glance back. Violet's still at her desk. But her head is turned slightly. Eyes on me. Doors close. Catch myself thinking something I didn't plan. She's not just a difficult coworker. She's a person holding herself together with sharp edges. And in less than a week, she's letting me stand closer than anyone else. That isn't nothing. Next day, Dean announces a team-building trip. Joy. Ignorance. 9:05 a.m. Calls everyone into the open space, smiling too hard. Okay, team, we've been working really hard. Westlake is moving fast. Everyone's been incredible, Jacob whispers. He's buttering us up before he asks for our organs. Dean continues. Leadership approved a weekend team-building retreat. Half the office makes the sound of polite suffering. Dean does not notice. 2 nights, 1 hour outside the city, hotel, activities, dinner, bonding. Violet's head lifts slowly from her laptop. Jacob's hand shoots up. Define bonding? Dean laughs. Just fun. Jacob nods gravely. Fun. The thing humans pretend to enjoy. Dean clicks next slide. Photo of a cheerful lodge by a lake. Trees everywhere. Dean points like he's showing us paradise. Isn't it great? Violet instantly. No. Room goes silent. Dean blinks. Sorry? Violet doesn't move. No. Dean chuckles. You'll change your mind when you see the schedule. Click. Schedule appears. Icebreaker games. Trust exercises. Scavenger hunt. Group dinner. Morning hike. Reflection circle. Jacob whispers. Reflection circle. That's where we confess our crimes. Violet stares at the screen, then calmly, deadly. I have allergies. Dean's smile falters. Allergies? Yes, to group activities. Nervous laughter ripples. Dean tries to recover. No one's forced. It's optional. Jacob raises his hand again. Is it optional the way optional means mandatory? Dean sighs. It's highly encouraged. Jacob nods. So mandatory. Dean gives up. Just be there. It'll be good for morale. Violet looks at me. Keep face neutral. Mouth. We'll survive. Her mouth tightens. Dean claps. HR will send travel details. We leave Friday at 4 p.m. Jacob whispers. That's when we all escape the simulation. 10:12 a.m. HR email arrives. Too many exclamation points. It has a section, room assignments, final. Click out of curiosity, immediately regret, Anon, room 214, double occupancy. Violet, room 214, double occupancy. Stare at screen for 5 seconds. Slowly lean back. Look across the aisle. Violet is already staring at her monitor with a frozen expression. Jacob rolls over like a shark smelling blood. Looks at my face, looks at my screen. Grin expands into disrespect. Oh, he whispers. Don't answer. He puts both hands on my desk. Say it. Leave. He ignores. You and her. Flat voice. Jacob. He leans in. Roommates. Rub forehead once. Go away. He straightens and raises his voice just enough for nearby desks. Anon got paired with Violet for the retreat. Heads turn instantly. Violet's head snaps up. Eyes lock onto Jacob with sniper precision. Jacob raises a hand. I'm happy for you. Violet stands. Entire office stops breathing. Jacob's smile falters. Okay, just kidding. Violet walks toward Dean's office. Not storming, not rushing. Walking with calm certainty of someone about to file a lawsuit. Stand up and follow. Not because I want to. Because Dean is about to lose years off his life. And I'd prefer Violet not get fired for murder. Dean looks up as Violet enters. Smile appears automatically. Dies when he sees her face. Violet, what's up? She puts her phone on his desk. HR email open. Taps the room assignment line. No. Dean blinks. No. Violet level voice. I'm not sharing a room. Dean opens his mouth, closes it, tries again. Well, due to budget constraints... Violet's eyes narrow slightly. Dean clears throat. It's not a big deal. It's 2 beds. Violet does not blink. Dean looks at me like I'm the backup parachute. I step forward. We can switch. I'll take someone else's room. Dean looks relieved. Yes, perfect. Anon is flexible. Violet cuts in, still calm. No. Dean freezes. No? Violet glances at me briefly, then back at Dean. If you switch him, everyone will notice, and they'll want to change too. Dean's face drops. That's true, Violet continues. Then they'll start talking, then HR will start watching, then this turns into a problem. Dean stares at her, then at me, then whispers, HR will start watching. Violet narrows her eyes. Yes. Dean looks like he wants to crawl under his desk. I keep calm because somebody has to. We can keep it professional. Violet's gaze flicks to me. Of course we can. Her tone says, I don't trust the universe. Dean exhales slowly. Okay. Professional. 2 beds, separate sides. It's fine. Violet doesn't move. Dean swallows. It's just a room. Violet leans in slightly. It's not just a room, it's a headline. Dean blinks twice. A headline. Violet nods once. A scandal waiting to happen. He forces a laugh. Okay, great. Boundaries. Everyone's adults. Violet straightens. Good. Turns and walks out like she didn't just terrify our manager into a new personality. I follow. Hallway. Quiet voice. You didn't have to go that hard. She doesn't look at me. I did. Nod. Okay. She finally glances at me. Sharp eyes. Don't make it weird. Hold her gaze. I won't. She stares a second longer, then nods like she's accepting terms of a contract. Good. Friday arrives too fast. 3:58 p.m. Office lobby full of backpacks, awkward smiles, and people pretending they're excited. Jacob bouncing on his heels. This is going to be legendary. You're the only person happy. Jacob shrugs. I'm built for social damage. He leans closer. Have you spoken to your roommate? Flat. Stop calling her that. He grins. Sorry, your assigned lodging companion. Stare. Jacob. Hands up. Fine, I'm done. He is not done. Violet arrives at 4:01 exactly. Black hoodie, black boots, black bag. She looks at the crowd, then looks away. Eyes find me. She walks over. No greeting. Just one quiet, direct sentence. I'm not doing the trust fall. Nod immediately. Agreed. Her mouth tightens, but her shoulders loosen a little. Jacob appears behind me. Violet, cheerful, I just want you to know I'm rooting for you. Violet looks at him. Why? Jacob grins. Because watching you endure group bonding is my entertainment. Violet stares a long moment, then calmly. I could make you cry in under 30 seconds. Jacob's grin wavers. Then he nods with genuine respect. I believe you. Violet turns back to me. We leave now? Yes. Bus doors open. Everyone starts piling in. Realize something. This trip won't be relaxing. It'll be a test, self-control, privacy. Whether Violet and I can share space without becoming office gossip, and judging by Jacob already smiling to himself. He's going to make sure it stays difficult. Arrive at Lodge, learn 3 things on the way. People will compete over literally anything if there's a prize. Dean genuinely believes bonding cures burnout. Violet has the patience of a locked door. Lodge looks exactly like the email photo. Trees, lake, cheerful wooden building. Front desk staffed by a person smiling too brightly. Check in. HR hands out key cards. Everyone clusters and clicks like middle schoolers on a field trip. Violet stands beside me, arms crossed, scanning the area. Jacob appears again because, of course, he has a luggage tag that says Team Spirit, points at it proudly. I made it myself. Stare at him. Why? He smiles. Because I'm committed to the bit. Violet's eyes go to the tag, then his face. You're exhausting. Jacob nods. Thank you. Room 214. End of the hallway. Violet walks beside me in silence. Open the door. 2 beds, 2 identical lamps, 1 small table, 1 innocent-looking chair. Violet steps in, scans. Okay. Put my bag on the bed by the window. Violet puts hers on the other bed. Clean division. No confusion. She glances at the bathroom, then at me. We establish rules. Bathroom schedule, no surprise entries. Agreed. Lights off at a reasonable hour. Raise eyebrow. Define reasonable. Violet stares like I'm stupid. Before midnight. Okay, she adds. No talking about this at work. Hold her gaze. We're not talking about anything. Her eyes narrow slightly. Good. Then quiet. And we don't do anything that gives HR a reason to breathe in our direction. Nod once. Understood. Violet stares a second longer, turns away, unpacks with precision, like she's disarming a bomb. Watch her fold a black sweater, drawer, pull out another black sweater, realize her entire wardrobe is a spectrum of black. Ask carefully. Do you own any color? She doesn't look up. Yes. Wait. Dark gray. Nod. Bold. Her mouth tightens. Take the win. First activity starts an hour later. Dean announces it by the lake. Scavenger hunt. Teams of 4. Find items, take photos, earn points. Winner gets a gift card. Violet mutters. I'd rather eat the points. Glance at her. You don't have to enjoy it. She flicks eyes at me. I don't. Team assignments. Hear my name and Violet's together again. Of course. Universe loves comedy. Get 2 more. Kevin from sales and Priya from design. Kevin looks like he's about to sprint a marathon. Priya looks like she's already filing her resignation in her head. Jacob isn't on our team, still appears anyway, stands behind Dean, mouths, Team Goth. Ignore him with professional hatred. Hunt starts. Kevin runs ahead immediately. Priya follows slowly. Violet stays beside me. Calm speed. Eyes scanning everything. She finds 3 items in 5 minutes. Doesn't look remotely impressed by reality. Kevin yells, "We need a photo of someone doing a trust fall." Violet stops walking, turns her head slowly toward Kevin. Kevin visibly rethinks his life. Or something else? Anything else? Violet resumes walking like nothing happened. Glance at her. You hate trust falls that much. Flat voice. I don't fall for strangers. Nod. Reasonable. Priya laughs quietly. She's kind of iconic. Violet doesn't react, but her shoulders lift slightly, like she heard it and doesn't know where to put it. Dinner time. Everyone hungry and loud. Dining hall smells like grilled meat. Long tables, name cards, wine. The real threat. Violet sits across from me. Jacob sits 2 seats down, dangerously close. He leans in immediately. How's the roommate dynamic? Keep voice low. Professional. Jacob nods. Boring, I respect it. Violet stabs bread with her fork. Eyes on Jacob. Jacob backpedals instantly. Not boring in a bad way, boring in a we won't get fired way. Violet. Good. Jacob smiles. She said good again. I'm thriving. Dean stands to toast. Teamwork. Growth. Being a family. Violet looks like she wants to file a complaint with God. Wine gets poured. People drink. Laughter rises. Stories get louder. The room softens. Violet stays quiet. Just water. Then Priya slides a glass of wine toward her. One. Just one. Violet stares at it like it might bite. Priya, it'll make Jacob easier to tolerate. Jacob, facts. Violet considers that, then slowly takes the glass. Watch her sip. Expression doesn't change, but her shoulders loosen. She takes another, then another. Jacob leans toward me, eyes wide. This is historic. Violet's eyes slide to Jacob. Jacob sits back instantly. I'm silent. She keeps drinking, but she isn't tense anymore. That's new. After dinner, Dean announces free time. Some go to the lounge, some go to the lake. Jacob tries to recruit everyone into karaoke. Violet stands with her glass. I'm going outside. Stand too. I'll go with you. Violet looks at me. Why? Because it's dark, and half the office is drunk. She narrows her eyes. I can handle drunk coworkers. I know, but I can handle them faster. She stares, then nods once. Fine. Outside air is cold and clean. Lake reflects lodge lights and soft streaks. Laughter drifts behind us. Violet walks to the deck edge, leans on the railing, stares at the water, stand beside her, leave space. After a minute, she says quietly, I hate this. Nod. I know. She stays steady. They don't actually care about bonding. Some do. She shakes her head. They care about feeling like good people. There's a difference. Look at her profile. Say it without pushing. You've been disappointed before. Her eyes snap to me sharp, then back to the lake. Yes. Then she asks. Tone shifted, less hard. Why are you here? Answer simply. Because you didn't want to be alone out here. Her fingers tighten on the railing. Doesn't deny it. Takes a sip of wine. Your confidence is annoying. Raise eyebrow. My confidence. You act like you're not afraid of anything. Look at her. I'm afraid of plenty. She turns her head. What? Hold her gaze. Hurting people who didn't deserve it. She stares, then looks away. Voice quieter, almost reluctant. That's not common. Shrug. Maybe it should be. Footsteps crunch behind us. Turn. Jacob appears in the doorway holding a karaoke mic like a weapon. There you are. We need you both. Dean is attempting Sweet Caroline and we might lose him. Violet's eyes narrow. No. Jacob. Yes. Violet. I will throw myself into the lake. Jacob points at me. Anon, stop her. I look at Violet. We can leave. Violet blinks. Leave. Nod. Back to the room. Quiet. No people. Violet hesitates. Jacob's brain visibly lights up. Wait. The room. Together. Alone. Stare at Jacob with the force of HR itself. Go sing. Jacob throws up his hands. I'm leaving. Backs away grinning. Violet watches him go, then looks at me, voice softer than usual. I don't want to be around them anymore. Nod. Then don't. Her gaze stays on me. She nods once. Okay. Room 214 is quiet in the way a room is quiet. Violet walks in first, kicks off boots with controlled irritation, goes straight to the bathroom to wash her hands. Set my bag down, loosen my tie, try to act normal. Normal is hard when the air feels heavier. Bathroom door opens. Violet steps out, sleeves pushed up, hair slightly messier, eyeliner holding strong. She stops when she catches me watching, eyes narrow. What? Nothing. She holds my gaze a second too long, then looks away fast, walks to her bed. 2 beds, 2 lamps, space between us. Somehow smaller than it should be. Violet sits on the edge of her bed, stares at the carpet, see her fingers tapping her thigh. Not impatience, nerves. That's new. Keep voice steady. You all right? She doesn't answer right away, then quietly. I hate how much I needed to get away from them. Nod. That's not a crime. Her mouth tightens. It is in this company. I laugh once short. Her eyes flick to me. What? You're funny. She stares. I'm not funny. You just made a joke. That was an observation. Sure. She crosses her arms tighter. Stop. Stop what? Being steady. Lean back against my bed frame. I can't help it. She shakes her head. Then she looks down at her hands. I don't do this. I don't play dumb. Social stuff. Her eyes flick up. People. Vulnerability. She goes still. Doesn't deny it. Keep it simple. You don't have to do anything you don't want. She watches me like she's trying to find the hook. Do you always say the right thing? No, but I try not to say the wrong one. She stares, then makes a sound that's half laugh, half irritation. That's so irritating. I let a slight smile happen. Good. She narrows her eyes. Don't copy me. I'm learning. She looks away. Shoulders drop a little. Then she says it quieter. I don't trust people. Nod once. I know. Jaw flexes. How? I've watched you. You don't move like someone who expects good intentions. Her fingers curl slightly. I'm not asking you to trust everybody. She snaps. You're asking me to trust you. Hold her gaze. I'm offering you the option. She stares too long, then slow and careful. You're not scared of me. Shrug. No. Her eyes narrow. Everyone else is. Tilt my head. I think they're scared of what they don't understand. Her mouth tightens. She looks down at the bedspread, then says it so quiet it barely sounds real. I don't want to feel alone tonight. I don't move closer yet, I ask gently. What do you want, Violet? Her fingers clench, then unclench. I want... She looks up, eyes intense. I want you to stop being so decent. It's making it hard to keep my distance. Blink once. Quiet laugh escapes. She narrows her eyes. Don't laugh. Not laughing at you, just surprised. By what? By how direct you are. She scoffs. I'm not direct. You just told me I'm too decent. She looks like she wants to argue, then doesn't. I shift slightly. I can sit with you. We can talk or not talk. We can watch something stupid on TV. Her eyes flick to the TV, then back to me. Hesitates, then quietly. Stupid TV, nod. Deal. Grab remote. TV comes onto a reality show where strangers yell in a kitchen. Violet watches 3 seconds. Deadpan. This is worse than the trust fall. I chuckle. Then pick something. She leans forward and snatches the remote. Channel surfing at war speed. Sports, news, horror trailer, cooking show, shark documentary. She stops on sharks. Sharks! Of course. Of course. She glances at me. What's that supposed to mean? It means you're consistent. Her mouth tightens. Be quiet. Hands up. Yes, ma'am. She stares, drops the remote between us, slides down against her headboard, still on her bed. We watch sharks circle a sealed decoy, narrator whispering dramatic facts. Violet doesn't comment, but she relaxes. See it in her shoulders. Hands stop tapping, narrator says. The shark senses fear, Violet mutters. Same. Turn my head slightly. You're still pretending you're not funny. Her eyes flick to me. You're still pretending you don't annoy me. Smile. I annoy you. She nods once. Yes. Lean slightly closer, testing space. And you still invited me in here. Her gaze locks on mine, voice low. Don't make it a thing. I'm not making it anything. I'm noticing. Jaw tightens. Then, very quietly. Stop noticing. I don't. I reach out slowly, giving her every exit. Brush a strand of hair out of her face. She goes still, overwhelmed by gentleness. Eyes hold mine, barely audible. You're doing it again. Doing what? Being careful. Nod once. You deserve careful. I hate that. Tilt head. No, you don't. Eyes narrow. Don't tell me what I feel. Hold gaze. Okay, then tell me. Her lips part. For a second, she looks like she might run. Instead, she leans forward and kisses me. My hands go to her waist instinctively. Gentle at first, then steady when she doesn't pull away. Her fingers grab my shirt. We break after a breath. She stares, eyes wide. Half challenge, half fear. If we do this, she says low, you don't get to talk about it at work. Nod. Agreed. And you don't get to look at me in meetings. Blink. That's impossible. She narrows her eyes. Then learn. Small smile. Yes, ma'am. She looks like she wants to roll her eyes, but her cheeks are faintly red. She kisses me again, longer, and this time I stop thinking and just follow. End up on the edge of her bed, then more toward the middle, shoes forgotten, shark documentary still murmuring. I reach over and turn the TV off. At some point she presses her forehead to mine and whispers, almost angry, "This is stupid." I kiss her again. Yeah. Her hands tighten on my shoulders. "But I want it." Keep voice low. "Then we'll keep it simple." She stares. Simple. Nod. Just us. Her eyes soften. Then she pulls me in again. The rest of the night belonged to us. 7:12 a.m. Loud knock detonates against the door. Sit up instantly, heart kicking. Violet shoots upright beside me, hair wild, eyeliner slightly smudged. Another knock. "Good morning, corporate family," Jacob yells from the hallway. "Breakfast in 10. Violet stares at the door with pure violence. Rub my face trying to re-enter reality. Jacob adds loudly, "Also, I heard sharks last night. Whoever was watching sharks, I respect you." Violet hisses, "I will end him." Lean closer. "Not today." She looks at me sharply, then glances down, takes in the situation, the proximity, calculation, then quietly, "We're dead." Shake head. "No." She narrows her eyes. "Yes." Keep tone steady. "Nobody knows anything unless we act guilty." She stares a long beat, then mutters, "I hate that you're right." Almost smile, she points at me. "You sleep in your bed next time." Raise eyebrow. "Next time." She freezes, cheeks go faintly red, then snaps. "Shut up!" Nod. "Yes, ma'am." Another knock. Jacob, softer now, mock serious. "Anon, Violet, if you murder each other, do it after the waffle bar." Violet looks at me with a warning in her eyes. Lean closer, voice low. "Whatever this is, we keep it private. We keep it clean. We keep it safe from HR." She stares, then nods once. Agreed. And even with her voice steady, her eyes tell the truth. She's scared, not of me, of wanting this, of needing this, of being seen. Reach under the blanket, squeeze her hand once. She doesn't pull away. "Okay," she mutters. She sits up, grabs a hoodie, pulls it on like armor, looks at the door, then at me. Voice flat again, but quieter than yesterday. "If Jacob says one word, I'm blaming you." Nod. "Fair." She narrows her eyes. "And you?" "What?" She hesitates, then very quietly. "You're not allowed to regret it." Hold her gaze. "I don't." She stares a moment longer. "Good," she mutters. "Get dressed. Fix our faces. Prepare to walk back into the world like nothing happened. Breakfast at the lodge, buffet of waffles, fake positivity, coworkers cosplaying as not hungover. Violet walks in beside me. Not too close, not too far. Hoodie up like armor. Face set to touch me and die. From the outside, nothing happened. Jacob looks at us once. Eyebrows ascend into another zip code. Slides into the seat across from me. Plate stacked. "You two look refreshed," he says. "Don't blink. Sleep is important." Jacob nods slowly. "Sleep. Right." Violet butters toast with the calm precision. Jacob pivots to her, gentle voice. "Violet, did you enjoy the team-building experience?" Violet doesn't look up. "No." Jacob smiles. "Honesty. I respect it." Violet takes a bite of toast. Jacob leans forward slightly, undeterred. "Did you at least do the reflection circle?" Violet's eyes lift. Voice drops below, freezing. "I would rather eat my name tag." Jacob sits back immediately. "Understood." Dean walks by with a coffee, smiling too hard. "Great energy this morning." Violet stares at him until he keeps walking. Watch her jaw tighten. Lean closer. Keep voice low. "You good?" Violet flicks her eyes to me. Single nod. "Yes." Then quieter, like it costs her something. "Don't look at me too much." Raise an eyebrow. "I'm not." Violet holds my gaze like she's calling my bluff. "You are." Soft breath through my nose. "Okay, I'll be careful." She stares, goes back to toast like it never happened. Jacob watches all of it. Bus ride back. Worse than the trip itself. Not because of travel, because now there's something to hide. Violet takes the window seat. I take the aisle. Proper distance. Neutral posture. No touching. No anything. Jacob sits behind us again, whispering to himself. At one point, he leans forward. If you two start holding hands, I'm calling the police. Violet doesn't even turn around. Jacob, I hope your phone autocorrects your name to mistake for the rest of your life. Jacob goes silent for a full minute, then whispers with genuine admiration. She's incredible. Keep face neutral. Stop, Jacob whispers. I'm stopping. He does not. Trip ends, lodge disappears, weekend passes, Monday arrives, back at the office. Everything is the same. Violet walks in wearing black. Of course she does. I walk in right after. Jacob is already at his desk. His head snaps up, watches Violet pass, watches me pass, then whispers loudly, Interesting. Sit down. Jacob? He rolls his chair over immediately. Okay, he says, lowering his voice. I'm not accusing. Stare. You are. Jacob nods. I'm observing. Violet's voice cuts across the aisle without her turning. Jacob, if you observe one more thing, I'm going to file you under problem. Jacob freezes, slowly backs away, palms up. I love my job. I love being alive. Violet doesn't react. Open laptop. Try to focus. Try. Because Violet is 2 desks away. Because I can still feel the memory of her hand grabbing my shirt. Because I have to act like she's just a coworker. Because acting is hard when your brain already decided something is real. 10:03 a.m. HR email hits everyone. Subject, reminder, workplace relationships and professional conduct, mandatory training. Stare at the subject line. Stomach drops. Look up. Violet is already staring at her screen. Jacob reads it too, rolls toward me, whispering with glee. HR is evolving. They probably thought the team building might have been too relaxed, he says. Keep face calm. As always, new training. It's probably unrelated. Jacob raises a finger. It's never unrelated. Violet speaks without looking at either of us. Stop talking. Jacob nods immediately. Yes, ma'am. Glance at Violet. She doesn't look back, but her fingers are tapping against her desk again, nervous. Type her a message on Teams. Me, you're fine, we're fine. Me, we keep it boring. Violet, boring is difficult. Almost smile at the screen. Type back anyway. Me, we can be difficult privately. Me, not in front of HR. No reply. But 2 minutes later, she stands up, walks past my desk, drops a printed folder onto it, except her voice is lower than usual. Draft, she says. Look at the folder. Thanks. Her eyes flick to mine for half a second. Then she's gone. It's nothing, and it's everything. Training scheduled for Thursday. 3 days of everyone making jokes. Dean tries to lighten the mood. Kevin says, don't date your coworkers. Priya rolls her eyes. Jacob treats it like a festival. He prints himself a name tag. HR's favorite employee. Tapes it to his shirt. Violet stares at it for 1 full second, then says quietly, if you wear that near me, I'll destroy it. Jacob peels it off instantly. Understood. Meanwhile, Violet and I keep the Westlake project moving. Meetings, deck revisions, budget arguments. On the surface, professional. Underneath, constant effort not to slip. Don't look too long, don't speak too softly, don't smile, don't give Jacob oxygen, and Violet makes it harder without trying. She starts changing in small ways, not obvious to the office, obvious to me. Drinks less coffee, keeps mints in her pocket, leaves meetings a minute early. Once she presses 2 fingers to her temple, eyes closed for a second, then opens them like nothing happened. Later, when no one's near, asks quietly, "Are you okay?" She looks at me like the question is rude. "I'm fine." Hold her gaze. "You've said that before." Her jaw tightens. Then she mutters, "I just have an upset stomach." Keep voice calm. "From what?" Violet narrows her eyes. "Probably from bad food." Nods slowly. "Okay." She hesitates. Then, in an irritated whisper, "Stop asking questions in public." "I wasn't in public," I point out. She flicks her eyes around the hallway like she doesn't trust walls. Still, nod. "Okay." Her shoulders drop slightly. Then she adds, annoyed, I'll handle it. Don't argue, but watch her walk away. And something settles in my chest, a quiet calculation. Thursday arrives, HR training day. Conference room full of forced laughter and nervous smiles. HR presenter at the front, clicking through slides about boundaries and disclosure policies. Jacob raises his hand within 5 minutes. If I accidentally flirt with the copier, he asks, do I need to report it? Presenter blinks. No. Jacob nods, disappointed. Shame. Violet sits perfectly still, arms crossed, face unreadable. I sit 2 chairs away. Proper distance, neutral posture. Presenter keeps going. Workplace relationships are not prohibited, she says, but they must be disclosed if there is. Violet's foot taps once, stops, taps again. Presenter continues. A power imbalance or conflict of interest. Violet's fingers curl around her pen. I don't look at her too much, but I can see the tension, the way she hates being discussed, categorized, observed. Jacob leans toward me. Violet looks like she's about to sue the slideshow. Whisper back. Stop. Jacob smiles. I'm stopping. He does not. Training ends. People file out. Jokes resume immediately. Dean looks relieved. Great session, everyone. Violet stands and walks out quickly, not running, but fast. Wait 10 seconds, then follow. Find her in the hallway near the stairwell, one hand on the railing, head angled down. Fluorescent lights making her look pale. Stop a few feet away. Keep voice low. Violet, talk to me. She doesn't look at me. I said I'm fine, she mutters, tone steady. No, you're not. Her shoulders tense. Then she turns her head, eyes sharp, even tired. What do you want? She asks. Don't flinch. I want you to stop pretending you can carry everything alone. Her expression tightens, defensive. Then her voice drops, small and irritated. I'm trying. Step closer, still careful. Okay, then let me help. She holds my gaze, then looks away and mutters. You can't help with this. Pause. Why? Fingers tighten on the railing. She stays silent a long moment, then very quietly. Because if I'm right, everything changes. Chest goes tight. Keep voice calm anyway. Right about what? Violet swallows, lifts her eyes. Voice comes out low, blunt, almost angry at itself. I think I might be pregnant. My period, which usually comes like clockwork, hasn't started, and we had unprotected sex the day before. Hallway doesn't actually go quiet, but my brain does. HR jokes gone. Jacob nonsense gone. Everything gone except the fact she's standing there, scared and furious and refusing to show it. Okay, then we find out for sure. She stares like she's searching for the part where I run. I don't. Her expression shifts a fraction. Relief. Her voice is quieter. You're not mad. Shake my head. No. Her jaw tightens. You should be. Step closer, careful not to crowd her. I'm not. I'm here. She stares a long moment. Good, she mutters. And in that one word, I hear everything she can't say. We don't talk about it in the stairwell, because stairwells echo, and Violet doesn't trust echoes. She straightens her hoodie, pulls her expression back into place, flat and controlled. Not here. Nod. Not here. She leaves the stairwell like nothing happened. I follow a few steps behind. Normal distance, normal pace, normal coworkers. My brain is not normal, still hearing it on repeat. I think I might be pregnant. Don't let it show. Not because I don't care. Because Violet doesn't need my panic. She needs my steadiness. And the office doesn't need our business. Back to desks. Violet sits immediately. Opens the Westlake deck, hands steady, eyes focused. Posture says, just another day. Tapping finger says, absolutely not. Jacob rolls over, smiling. Training complete, he announces. We are officially certified. Violet doesn't look up. Go away, Jacob grins. Not an option. His gaze flicks between us. Smile changes. Something happened, he says, voice flat. No. Jacob leans closer. I can tell. Violet finally looks up. Stare lands on Jacob with surgical precision. Jacob sits back instantly. I can't tell. I'm blind. Violet returns to her laptop. I stare at my screen pretending to read spreadsheets. Mind-running scenarios faster than software. Need to confirm. Need to plan. 1:06 p.m. Teams message from Violet. Violet. After work. My car. Parking level 2. Type back one word. Me. Okay? Jacob leans over my desk at the exact second it lands. Who's texting you? He asks. Don't look at him. Dean? Jacob's eyes widen. Dean texts you? Nod. He's nervous. Jacob smirks. We all are. Violet's voice cuts in. Jacob. Jacob snaps to attention. Yes. Violet stares. Stop hovering. Jacob puts a hand to his chest. I'm not hovering. I'm orbiting. Violet narrows her eyes. Jacob stands up immediately. I'm leaving. Backs away, then whispers at me. I'm still orbiting spiritually. Ignore him. After work. Walk to parking level 2 first. Violet arrives 3 minutes later. Hoodie up. Bag on shoulder. Moving with quiet focus. Opens her car. Gets in. Gestures for me to get in. I do. Doors shut. Outside world goes muted. Violet exhales through her nose, irritated. Okay, she says. Keep voice low. Okay. She stares straight at the concrete wall. I don't want... Stops. Jaw tightens. Wait. She tries again. I don't want this to be a mess. Nod once. It won't be. Her eyes flick to me. You don't know that. I know I won't let it be, I say. She holds my gaze, then looks away quickly. We need to confirm, she says. Yes, I agree. We do. Her fingers tighten around the steering wheel. And I don't want anyone at work to know. Nod. They won't. She narrows her eyes. How? Don't oversell. We keep it private, no conversations at work, no messages that look suspicious, no rides together, no lunch together, no late meetings alone. Mouth tightens. That sounds miserable. It's temporary. Her gaze snaps to me, and if it's true, hold her gaze. Then we still keep it private. Her voice drops. Until when? Until you're ready. She stares L, then says quiet and blunt. I don't know what I want. Then we take it one step at a time. Violet swallows, then almost reluctantly. I don't want to do it alone. Chest tightens, voice steady. You won't. She looks at me, searching. Her voice comes quieter, grudging. You're too stable. Almost smile. You've told me that. She tightens her mouth. It's still annoying. Good, I say. She stares. She reaches into the glove compartment, pulls out a small paper bag, places it between us on the center console. Glance down, pharmacy receipt sticking out. Look back at her. You already bought tests. Her tone goes defensive immediately. Of course I did. Nod. Okay. She narrows her eyes. That's it. Just okay. Yes, I say. Because being prepared is smart. She stares like she doesn't know what to do with approval, then grabs the bag again, shoves it back into the compartment, starts the car. I'm going home, she says. Nod. I'll follow in my car. Her eyes go sharp. No. Pause. No. I don't want you behind me, she says. That looks like something. Nod. Fine, I'll leave first. She frowns. No. Blink. You want to leave first? She stares like I'm slow. Yes, so no one thinks I'm following you. Pause, then nod. Okay. Her shoulders lower slightly. Control restored by one small rule. Before she pulls away, she glances at me. If you tell anyone, I'll ruin your life. Hold her gaze. I won't. She stares 1 second longer, then quieter, almost unwilling. Good. She drives off. 9:32 p.m. My phone buzzes. Text from Violet. Violet, I'm doing the test tomorrow morning. Violet, don't come here. Violet, but don't disappear. Stare at the screen a long time. Type exactly what she needs. Me, I won't disappear. Me, message me when you know. Minute passes. Reply comes in. Violet, okay. Sit in my apartment with the phone in my hand. We crossed a line at the retreat, kept crossing it quietly afterward. Now something bigger might be forming in the dark. And Violet is trying not to panic by controlling every detail. Respect that. But also know, if she's pregnant, control won't be enough. She'll need support, real support. Next morning at work, Violet arrives 5 minutes late. That alone tells me everything. She walks straight to her desk, sits, opens laptop, no eye contact, no greeting. Professional face. Perfect. I don't stare, I don't move, I just wait. Jacob notices 5-minute lateness documentary, rolls over whispering. Violet is late, he says. Keep voice flat. She's fine. Jacob narrows his eyes. How do you know? Stare at him. Because you're dramatic. Jacob smiles. True. Violet's voice slices across the aisle. Jacob? Jacob freezes. Yes. She doesn't look up from her screen. If you keep talking, she says, I'm going to give you a nickname. Jacob swallows. I already have a nickname. Violet stays flat. It'll be worse. Jacob backs away immediately. Understood. I look at Violet. For half a second her eyes flick to mine. Just a fraction. Then back to her laptop. But I see her fingers. They aren't tapping today. They're still. And that means one thing. She's waiting. And I am too. Teams notification pops up. Violet. It's positive. Violet. Do not react. Stare at it for 3 seconds. Brain tries to blue screen. Me. Okay. Me. We'll handle it. Me. I'm here. 1 minute passes. Then, Violet. Good. From that day on, we operate on rules. Not romantic rules. Tactical rules. No lingering near each other at work. No private meetings unless door stays open and a third person exists. No rides. No accidentally leaving together. No obvious favors. We become boring on purpose. And it works. Because the office is busy. Because everyone is self-absorbed. Because coworkers mostly notice what's loud. Violet is never loud. Pregnancy isn't loud either. Not at first. She doesn't change the look. Still black. Still sharp. Still precise. But routines shift in tiny ways. The kind only I notice. Crackers in desk drawer. Coffee disappears. Short afternoon walks appear. Catch her once at the edge of the break room. Hand on her stomach for half a second. I say nothing in front of anyone, because the office feeds on details. Later, parking lot, we're alone in the way you can be alone under fluorescent lights and security cameras. I hand her a bottle of water. Me, drink. Violet stares at it, then at me. You're being bossy. Me, I'm being useful. She takes it. Good. From the outside, doesn't look romantic. Looks like two competent people on the same project. In private, looks like a secret slowly turning into a home. Jacob almost catches us once. Office supply order. Violet's nausea hits one morning. She's pale in that way she hates. I don't touch her. I just quietly move the meeting schedule around, so she can step out without anyone making it a thing. Later that afternoon, I drop a small bag on her desk. Ginger candy. Plain crackers she can tolerate. Jacob sees it, eyes narrowing with suspicious joy. What's that? He whispers. Violet doesn't look up. Supplies? Jacob looks at me, then the bag, then Violet, then me again. His voice drops into conspiracy mode. Are you... Violet cuts him off. Jacob, if you finish that sentence, I will become your manager in spirit and ruin your week. Jacob swallows. I wasn't going to finish it. Violet finally looks up, gives him a stare that could freeze a monitor. Jacob backs away, hands up. I respect boundaries. I respect ethics. He retreats. Violet slides the bag into her drawer. Then she looks at me, quiet. Don't do that again at my desk. Me. Okay. Her gaze softens for like 0.3 seconds. Then she adds, do it in the car, as the belly starts to show. We get smarter. Outfit rotations, jackets, darker layers, strategic silhouettes. Works from home more often. Dean loves it. HR ignores it, because nothing about Violet's behavior invites questions. She doesn't gossip, doesn't socialize. I handle logistics, doctor appointments under personal time, paperwork, budget planning, life stuff that requires steadiness. Violet handles the parts of herself she hates showing anyone. Fear, uncertainty. Some nights she's on my couch, black hoodie pulled over her knees, watching documentaries, and sometimes, without looking at me, she says something small and real. I don't know how people do this. Me. One day at a time. Violet. Annoying. Then she leans her head against my shoulder anyway, because her body tells the truth, even when her mouth refuses. Office still doesn't know. And then we reach the moment where it could have gotten obvious. The exit. Friday. Violet comes in wearing a black coat, somehow even sharper than usual, walks straight into Dean's office, closes the door. 10 minutes later, email hits everyone. Subject: Violet. Leave of absence, temporary coverage plan. No pregnancy mentioned, no reasons. Just personal leave, clean coverage schedule. Dean walks out looking relieved and terrified. Jacob immediately rolls to my desk. Violet's leaving, he whispers. This is tragic. Who will threaten me into self-improvement? Me. You'll survive. Jacob shakes his head dramatically. We all need a little fear. He sighs. What if she never comes back? Me. She will. Jacob stares. How do you know that? Me staring at my screen like a model employee. Because she's responsible. Jacob squints like he's assembling a puzzle, then says softly, You're weirdly confident. I don't react. Work. Jacob nods slowly. Work, right. He rolls away, still suspicious, still unaware. That was the last day Violet walked out as Violet the coworker. After that, she's Violet the private life, the one only I get. The birth is quiet. Violet doesn't want a crowd, doesn't want you're so strong every 5 minutes. She wants facts. So I stay steady. Contractions hit hard. She crushes my hand like she's trying to remove the bones. I don't flinch. She snaps at a nurse because she's overwhelmed. I don't judge. I translate. When she looks at me with fear, she can't hide anymore. I keep my voice low and certain. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Violet holds my gaze, then nods once. Baby arrives early morning. Sky outside the window still gray. Violet is pale, exhausted, hair messy. And then the most Violet thing happens. They place our child in her arms. She stares down, half wonder, half disbelief. And she mutters in a flat whisper, This is small. I laugh quietly. Yeah. Violet glances at me, tired but still sharp. Don't be stupid. I lean in, kiss her forehead. I'm allowed to be happy. She looks back down at the baby, voice softer than I've ever heard. Okay. Home doesn't become a bright, perfect fantasy. It becomes a real place. Bottles on the counter, tiny clothes everywhere, a stroller that takes 10 minutes to unfold. Violet stays goth. Crib is black with dark wood frame. Nursery has soft lights, moon-shaped night lamp. Walls aren't pastel. They're warm, muted, calm. Baby asleep against her chest. Violet looks less like a warning sign, more like a home that finally feels safe. Maternity leave is quiet. Officially, personal time. Office sends bland emails wishing her well. I work more. I handle bills. Late nights at my laptop. Violet feeds the baby in the living room, wrapped in black fabric like a protective cloak. Sometimes I look up from the screen, see her in the dim light. Hair tied back, face tired, eyes focused on the baby's tiny hands, and something heavy and solid settles in my chest. One night. Baby finally asleep. Violet looks at me from the couch. I wait. Don't rush her. Because if you rush Violet, she turns into a locked door. Her voice comes quiet, almost uncomfortable. You did what you said you'd do. I close my laptop slowly. What's that? You stayed. I sit beside her carefully, keep my voice low. Yeah, I'm staying. Violet holds my gaze for a long moment, then leans her head against my shoulder. Baby between us. Warm and real. She mutters, I still don't like people. I smile a little. Good. Her mouth tightens, not quite a smile, but her hand finds mine. And this time, she doesn't pull away, because we don't need to hide at home. At home, Violet can be exactly what she is. Dark aesthetic, soft heart, a quiet life. And me, working, providing, steady, exactly where I belong, right here, with her, with our child.